Hey guys, my name's Don. I'm a technical advisor for Entropy Resins. Today I'm excited to share with you an accessory we have on our Entropy product line, and this is our metering pumps. I personally find it helpful for metering small batches of any of our Entropy products that we offer. The advantages of the metering pumps is they ensure you dispense the proper mix ratio when mixing small batches. Accurate mix ratio is necessary when working with epoxies. In the pump kit, it includes metering pumps that can fit a quart to a half a gallon to a gallon size container. So when you purchase the pumps, it will come with 2 identical pumps that dispense the same amount of volume, and the kit will also include extension tubes that will get put onto the bottom of the pumps to adapt to the different size containers that you'll be using. So before we get started using the pumps, let's make sure we know what the mix ratio is. So if you reference the back of the Hardener container, this will give you the ratio by volume and weight. And with the clear casting system, it's 2 parts resin to 1 part hardener by volume. So seeing that we have identical pumps, we want to make sure we pump the resin 2 pumps and 1 pump for the hardener to maintain that correct ratio. To give you an idea how the pumps work, every time you compress the pump, it collapses the spring. So as you let it up, it draws material in. So every time you pump the pump, you'll get a full steady stream. Keep in mind, when working in cooler temperatures, the viscosity of the material is going to be a lot higher. So it's going to be a lot thicker. It's going to require a lot more force to get the epoxy out of the pump. So it is always best to work in temperatures close to room temperature, so it's a lot thinner and easier to dispense the epoxy out of the pump. So before we get started, let's make sure we put some gloves and safety glasses on to work as safe as possible with the epoxy. So the first step in installing the pumps, we want to make sure that we adapt the pumps to fit the size container that we're working with. And I'm going to use the small kit that we have up here. So what we have is a half a gallon of the resin and a quart of the hardener. So you'll take the pump and put it up out of the container to see what extension tube is needed to reach to the bottom of the container. For this half gallon of resin, we want to make sure we use the small blue extension tube. Put it right up to the side, now it reaches right to the bottom. And for the quart size, keep in mind that the diameter cap is smaller. So in the kit, it will include a small cap adapter. So we'll take the pump apart and install a small little cap. And now that we put the pump up next to the hardener, no extension tube is needed. So now that we have the right extension tube on the resin and none needed on the hardener, we can actually take the caps off and install the pumps. I'm gonna just remove the protective seal that's on there. And now for the hardener. Now that we have the pumps installed in the containers, the next step is to prime the pump. And what I mean by that is we're going to start doing like half pump strokes to bring the material through the pump. So every time you do a full pump stroke, you have a steady stream. So the way to do that is to grab a container. We'll start with the resin, and you'll feel the pump start to build some resistance, and it's just filling full of material. So now that the resin's primed, we'll start with the hardener. Keep in mind, this is lower viscosity. It's going to prime up a lot quicker, so we want to press it real slow. Now that we have them primed, I'll set my container aside, and now we can dispense it to maintain that 2-to-1 ratio. So we'll do 2 pumps of the resin to 1 pump of the hardener. And just let the pump come back up by itself to fill. You don't want to pull back up on the pump. And now for the hardener. So now that we have the right proportions of resin and hardener, we can mix this up for 2 minutes and it'd be ready to be used. If you like this video, please like and subscribe for more videos from Entropy Resins.